Hey guys. Okay, so your EOC is tomorrow. Um, some things I want you to do to prepare for this. First and foremost, get a good night's sleep. Okay, this test is hard. If you are tired, it will be harder. Okay, all you'll think about doing is sleeping. You're gonna feel that way anyway, whether you get a good night's sleep or not. Chances are. So please make sure you get a good night's sleep. 2, eat breakfast tomorrow, even if you don't normally eat breakfast, okay? Uh, like our discussion post, we have a tendency to want what we cannot have. If you didn't eat breakfast, even if you never eat breakfast and the kid beside you has snacks and you're wanting to do anything other than take this test, which you probably will, your body is going to crave those snacks. Okay. Even if that's just not something you normally do, is snack before noon. Okay. Your body is going to be like, oh my gosh, I'd rather be eating Cheez-Its than taking the STAR test. And then all you can think about is Cheez-Its. You get very distracted. Okay. You want to stay focused. Bring snacks if you need to, bring water. Make sure you go to the restroom before. Basically, you don't want any of your physical needs to take away your mental focus from this test. Okay, so make sure you're fed, make sure you have gone to the restroom, you're awake, you're ready to go. Eating breakfast also wakes you up. Okay, so if that's something you need to do, don't try anything new. Don't drink a gallon of coffee, which you've never done before the test, because you'll be running out to go to the bathroom. Okay, just stick to your schedule, but make sure you are prepared. I want to go over the blueprint with you today, and then we're going to look at the writing rubric, and then you are going to have there's a booklet about just good star taking, or not star test taking, excuse me, test taking strategies after this. They're the same. Remember to get rid of bad answers first. Okay, process of elimination. Excuse me. Please remember that for summary questions, it is almost going to be word for word each topic sentence. Okay, so the first sentence of each paragraph if it asks you what the summary is. Okay, so here's the breakdown. This is called the Star English 1 Blueprint. It's the breakdown of your test. Reporting category 1 is understanding and analysis across genres. So there are 3 genres you learn and that we have gone over this year. There is literary, which is typically fiction. It's the stories like The Emperor's New Clothes and A Christmas Carol, and poetry is included in this. Okay, so Edgar Allan Poe, Yvonne Boland's Atlantis. I think the first story we ever read was Once Upon a Time, Sleepy Hollow, all of those. Okay, that's the literary. And then we have informational. Okay, we got into informational heavy, both when we talked about the Waco siege, when we've talked about the Holocaust, when we did serial, that was heavy on information. I think actually you guys may have been doing HMH some of that time, but we've been doing a lot of informational with HMH as well. And then the last one is argumentative. They don't have a specific argumentative text for you on this one. You will next year. However, it will be covered in analysis across genres. Okay, so it's going to focus on those 3 genres. Then we have literary text, which I just went over. So 8 about all 3 of them. You have 13 about literary, 13 about informational. If you're worried and you know I do bad on informational or I get really bored, and guys, they pick the worst stories. One year, I kid you not, it was about the life cycle of a grasshopper. Okay. If you're bad at those, practice reading one tonight. Just Google any article. Try to find a boring one just to see how well you can do. And try to create your own questions about it. Pretend you were going to teach a lesson on whatever article it was. You can just pick a random news article. Pretend you're going to teach a lesson. What kind of questions would you come up with? Composition questions or writing questions. And then we have revising and editing. Okay, the composition, that is the essay. The writing questions are your revising and editing, where it asks you about grammar, but it's going to do it from a passage. Okay, the most effective way to fix sentence 9 would be, the most effective way to combine sentences 4 and 5 would be so on and so forth. It's always the most effective way. Okay. Total, you'll have 52 multiple choice and 1 composition question. Okay. This essay is worth a lot. I think like, okay, let's see. That says 4 and 4 standards, but it's equivalent to about 11 questions, I believe. So it's just as bad as missing 11 questions if you don't do it. Please remember, for the essay, write something you care about. Make sure it relates to the prompt. Don't go completely off, but write something you're interested in. If you're bored by it, the reader will be bored by it. Okay. Now, this is the writing rubric. They will have this for you on the test. Okay. But not by scores, I don't believe. So I'm going to go over it with you now. Score point 1, this is the lowest you can get. The highest you can get is a 4, but you will have 4 judges, so it's out of 16. This is a very limited writing performance, okay? Notice organization is inappropriate for the purpose. So if you write an essay arguing something the entire time, this is an informational essay. That's the type of essay you're writing. You're not going to get a very good score, okay? Make sure your ideas are strong. Make sure you have a clear thesis. And your thesis should go last sentence of your first paragraph. If that's not where it is, they're not going to find it. They're not going to like it, okay? And then you need to have a topic sentence at the top of each of your body paragraphs, meaning if you have 3 body paragraphs, the topic sentence better tell us in one definitive statement what the rest of that paragraph will be about. Okay, and make sure you, in some form or another, restate the thesis statement in the conclusion. Tell us what you've learned. Okay, make sure you have good grammar. Now is the time to check. Don't use okay. The letters okay, if you're putting okay, which you probably shouldn't be in an informational essay, don't put okay. All right. A 2, this is a basic writing performance, okay? It's not on level. You are below if you're still at a 2, okay? We see an organization, and by organization too, it means indent. Make sure you indent on each paragraph and you skip down 1 line. I think most of my remote kids have it as far as organization goes. I will link the MLA rules from Purdue OWL. If you're worried about the writing, now is your chance to do something about it. Please follow these links and look, okay? You can also look at the sample essays at the end of this. A 3, this is a great essay. This is on level. This is a low A, okay? Or high B. It's organized. We have good ideas, good grammar. A 4 is as good as it can get. It's as good as I can write, as good as you can write. Near perfect. It doesn't have to be. You can have a few grammar errors, but for the most part, this is a perfect essay. 4s are very, very hard to get, and it's even harder to get all 4s, okay? Your ideas are logical, well-controlled. There is a clear thesis statement, and you have the topic specified in the prompt. Or it's focused on the topic specified in the prompt. Let's see. Sentences are purposeful, varied, meaning you don't have all simple sentences. I went to the store. Then I went and got some milk. Then I grabbed some bread. Then I checked out. I went to the store, grabbed some milk and some bread, and continued to check out. That's a much better sentence. It's better to hear. It's better to listen to. Way better than that choppier sentence, okay? So that is that. Let's see. MLA essay format. I'm just going to show you quickly. I thought there were going to be ones at the bottom, but they're not. Okay, you don't have to worry about a heading. It will not have you put one on there. However, this is how your essay needs to look, okay? As far as indenting goes, I know it's fuzzy, but if you indent right here and then see this, you don't skip 2 lines in between here. A lot of y'all do that. You'll enter down twice, you hit enter once, okay? You finish your sentence here, enter once, tab once, you start again, okay? That is how you do it. Please, please, please make sure you are indenting on this, okay? Okay, do those test-taking strategies, and I think that's all. Good luck. Please message me if you have any questions. Please practice whatever it is that you need to work on tonight, okay? Good luck.